Welcome to your Thursday lunch break. I'm Tanya Rivero. Did you have your coffee this morning? Well, maybe you should have had 2 cups because coffee prices are going up, potentially way up. Prices have already surged more than 66% this year thanks to a severe drought in Brazil, the worst in more than 80 years. And how will that impact you? Well, here with more details is Dow Jones New Wires reporter Leslie Joseph. Leslie, thanks so much for being here. So is the full impact of this drought known at this point, or are they still figuring it out?
Not yet. A lot of the growers in Brazil, what they'll do, they'll have these beautiful red coffee cherries on their tree and they'll open them up and they'll be totally empty. And that's because of the drought. So when those beans were maturing in February and March, even earlier January, the weather was so hot and so dry that they didn't mature.
So really bad news for the Arabica bean, right? 15% lower production this year?
Right, at least. About 9% for Brazil alone, and that could have a really big dent on global production.
And it's not just coffee beans, right? I mean, this drought affected the orange crop and the sugar crop in Brazil as well?
Right, yeah, Brazil's the biggest grower of oranges, biggest supplier of orange juice, biggest grower of sugar. It's a major grower of cotton, cocoa. I mean, everything that's delicious or that you buy in a clothing store, Brazil pretty much dominates.
And so, of course, that means prices are going up. Are we going to feel it? Are the big guys going to pass it on to us?
Yes, it looks that way. I mean, we had Kraft, which makes Maxwell House. They said in an earnings call they're probably going to pass that along to consumers. Mondelez, which makes Javalia, is also going to do that. And it'll essentially help them because they'll have higher revenues.
What about Starbucks, though? You said they've stopped buying altogether?
Yes, Starbucks said that they stopped buying about late March, and they're kind of waiting and seeing how bad it is. Brazil's growers just started harvesting their beans about 3 weeks ago, so they're like, all right, we're pretty much covered until the beginning of 2015.
Wow,
Let's
I can't
just
believe
wait
that
and see.
Starbucks reserves are that big.
Yeah.
Incredible. And so this is going to affect all the high-end coffees, right? Right. The espressos, the Nespresso, the Starbucks, all of that. Will it also affect the Maxwell House, the drip coffees?
Arabica beans, the ones that are most affected, are the most widely sowed green beans in the world. And it's about 2/3 of global production. And everybody who drinks coffee pretty much in the United States, you could safely say, drinks Arabica beans in some form. And it is in Maxwell House.
The national drink for sure. My drink for sure. Now, is Colombia going to step up here and help fill the gap?
They're trying to. I mean, their exports are way up, double digits, about 30% so far this year. They've had a really great crop, but Brazil's 1/3 of the world's production and really dwarfs Colombia's production.
All right, so I think I better start building up my coffee reserve right now. Leslie Joseph, thank you so much for that.